Hi there, Gypsy Soul Hippie Heart here. Gonna just do a reading. Let's see. Maybe we'll ask, what does the collective want us to know? What information is out there that we need to hear about? Yeah, I think maybe we'll do that. I have 4 decks here. Whispers of Ocean by Angela Hartfield, and the Fairy Oracles by Karen Kay, and the Sacred Earth Oracles by Tony Carmine, and the Sacred Rebels by Lana Fairchild. So sometimes the readings get a little intense. They're not your typical tarot card or oracle card reading, usually. Sometimes I do relationships and that, and we might see what they swing over to. I really don't have the decks here that are more relationship decks. I'm not in my usual space. So let's see. Okay, well, I'm being told the fairies. So I don't read cards as in how the book presents them. I read them intuitively, and I have my earbuds in, so I may end up having to take them out. So I read them intuitively, so what I get off the words, what I get off the pictures, the feeling that I get. Sometimes I get images in my head. If the camera's jiggling, I'm sorry, because it's attached to the table that I'm working on. Usually in my home space it is not. And then I don't get the jiggling. So if you like it, hit like, subscribe, hit the bell, so you get notifications. Let's see, if I say male or female, do whatever works for you. Divine masculine, divine feminine. It can be male or female. We have both attributes in us. It just depends on what we're coming from, our masculine side or our feminine side. So I've already shuffled all the cards, but I do like to shuffle them a couple times so that you can see that I've shuffled them. Let's see. I guess we'll ask, since we've got the fairy deck here, what did the fairy deck want us to know? And I get my little whoosh of in. What do the fairies want us to know? Okay. Fairies want us to know something. I can feel it. And I usually flip my cards over. Today I am not. I just am not sure why. I may or may not read reversals. It just depends if they feel like they're supposed to be. Okay, so we're going to go with that. And I will bring these down a little bit here because I can see that you can't see them. But I do show all the cards, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so this was the first card. It's fairy spotting. It's time to go fairy spotting. It said that seeing is believing, but in fact the opposite is true. Believing is seeing. Okay. These are very, very pretty cards. Got a little bit of a glare, then I've got a, there we go, that might be better. Okay, so what it's asking us is to open up our sixth sense, to get in touch and in tune with our intuition and with our feelings and what our body and what our mind and all of that, kind of bring that all into balance so that believing is seeing. So when you believe in something, if there's something you want to manifest, if there's something that you want in your life, see it happening. See it, because that helps to bring that energy. It brings a focus to something. You just don't want to focus towards the negative. You want to focus towards the positive. There goes my eyesight. My eyesight does that when I'm getting... Good thing I don't have to see to read. So when you want to manifest something, you want to make sure that you're putting a positive outlook, positive intention to what you want. And I just heard you can also do, boy, there's some, it's also telling us that if you are trying to remove or release something from your life, to not necessarily tell it to go. And this is new information. This is new. They're saying, see everything in a positive light. So if you want something out of your life, don't have to ask it to go. You can just see positivity or something else positive in place of the negative. So you just omit the negative, the focus on the negative, and bring in the focus on the positive. So they want us to be more playful. Yeah, they want us to be more playful. This is telling me that if somebody's energy is not conducive to your energy, to your vibration, if their vibration is lower than what yours is, try not to focus on that theirs is lower. Look for what can raise yours, because they will either come along with you and raise theirs, because they will see the positivity in you, which will then reflect to them that they're either being negative or that they want to change to positive. So they will mirror what you're doing, or they will leave your life. If they're meant to be with you, they will copy it. They will mimic, sorry, not mirror. They will mimic it. If you're doing something that somebody else doesn't like, the best way to get them to change how they're doing, if they're being perceptive, and most people tend to be, is to do it the way that you like to do it. And this isn't to be manipulative, but it's to show sorry, I'm hearing say, do it respectively. It's just weird. Okay, this is an example. If you put something somewhere, and and this is perception, in a way that you like it, and somebody else is maybe doing it in a way that you maybe wouldn't necessarily want it to be done, by doing it in a way, see, they're telling me no, that's off track. Okay, so just simply, if you're doing something or somebody's saying something in a way that would hurt you, you can either outright say it, that's not, I didn't get that. Like, did you mean it that way? Or if someone's doing something that is hurtful, bring it to an attention, but not in a way that is a negative, as much as possible, to emit conflict. There was an energy shift in there, and it's funny because one was saying it one way and one was, no, let's just say it like this. So then I've got to kind of switch it up because I'm hearing two different things, and it's like, which way do we want to go? So see the light in things. Think and feel in terms of what makes you happy. Because when you do that, then that which focuses on the negative doesn't attract more negative, right? You attract more positive and more fun and more free-flowing. And that's what we want. So fairy spotting could be believing in something, believing in magic, believing things can change, believing something that is a negative that you don't want in your life can be changed magically. Not even magically, but is magically, because it's your It's your intuition. It's your foresight, your sixth sense that comes around. And when you believe in that, then you see more. So some are going to see a lot more fairy stuff, or a lot more things you didn't really think were real are real, by opening up your senses. And I just saw somebody is going to be able to see through some things. So like when you drop a pebble into water and you get that rippling effect, I used to get all the time that on the wall. And the wall would look like I could put my hand through it. And there was actually times where I was with a friend, she's like, it looked like you put your hand right through it because I couldn't see your fingers anymore. So that is that where matter isn't really matter, as in concrete matter. It's in the molecules and everything gets switched up, and it becomes, the physical stuff becomes almost like you're crossing through a solid into a liquid matter, or tiny little particles. So some are going to be having that acknowledgement of what they thought they believed, they no longer believe because now they've seen other things. Could be like in a psychic, spiritual, mediumship way. It could be intangible things being changed and switched. But it has to come in that believing that things can change. Things can manifest beautifully into a new job. Things can manifest beautifully into a new relationship. If the relationship is old, don't focus on the old, tired out relationship. Focus on something more positive. And the next card is manifestation. Be very honest and clear about what you wish to manifest in your life. Now write it down on a piece of paper, and manifestation that's step one. Wow. So there's a good confirmation on that. When you believe in something and switch up that thought process from a negative to a positive, how quickly manifestation comes in. Had I just gone to the next card, that would have been so much easier, right? But I was trying to figure out how to explain all these different ways. The cards know. Write it down. Write down your positive thing that you want. I actually, on my phone, I have a little place on my phone. That would have been a good one. Clued in. On my phone, I have pictures of things that I like. And so I have them in my phone in the gallery under manifestation board. These are things I wish to manifest, or that are powerful for manifesting, like crystal grids and that. So I have pictures of my crystal grids. There are very many little techniques that you can use that are quick like that. Just writing them down and put them in a wish box, right? Or a manifestation box. Just get a little box from the dollar store or wherever, or whatever you want to use. A can, it doesn't matter. And if you make it pretty or whatever you like, that gives it more energy because it's hopeful energy. It's playful energy. It's not just, forget it on the shelf. It's do something nice. And then you can write down, today I'd love to manifest this. Or my wish is this. And then, there's all kinds of things you can write. You can write pieces of paper, you can take pictures, you can just put it on your phone. You can actually have a box that you put things in that you can visually see. And look at, that's my manifestation. Yeah, inside that box is all the things that I know that are coming to me. The universe is bringing to me. Because I'm open to it. They can't help but come to me because I'm open to it. Divination. Embrace the powers of divination, which are especially strong right now. You have the ability to set your current situation with crystal clear clarity. Like, this is so amazing. These cards, love them. Look at that. This is a message to me because I've been talking about, I need a job. I need to bring in some funds. I'd love my boyfriend to have a new job that he likes, that makes him feel like he's creating something that he can be proud of, right? To make our mark. And be paid accordingly, because some people work way too hard and don't get paid enough, and that's not fair. There should be an equal exchange, but it's got to start with our belief, and then we can start lighting candles. We can take a walk and do a meditative walk. She's got a crystal ball and cards out there. That's great, and there's candles, and she's got her fairy wings. It's just believing in something that has your back and is willing to fight for you. Your angelic team. Wait for winter. During the cold months, the fairy queen of winter will help you manifest your most heartfelt wishes, as long as your intentions are of the highest and greatest good for all. I want my own 3-bedroom apartment. I want a room in there that I can do my oracle and tarot cards, that I can bring up my intuition, that I can feel like I'm succeeding at my path, which will also be a path that helps others. You know, I want to be more connected. And then I would like a room, maybe a garage would be great, to do, I like to do woodworking. So a place where I could make a mess and close the door and not worry about bringing it through. That has all the filtration systems that I need to clean everything up. And I would love to have my boyfriend live with me, and him have a job where he can park his beautiful truck that he's got in the other half of the garage. And we can have family and friends over. You know, instead of thinking, oh, if I had this, no, I want these things. And I totally believe the universe can bring them to us. I want these things. I want a beautiful house with a beautiful yard. It doesn't have to be big, but one that fits us just perfectly. You know, maybe we could have, I like daycare, so I'd like to do daycare. You know, I want the time to do things with my friends and my family. And I want a beautiful place to do it in, which also supports my financial needs and my spiritual needs. And I would like that as soon as possible, and greater. Can always say, and greater, or more. Or what else is possible? If I can think this, what else would the universe want to add to that? Give them permission to play with you. Solitude. Think of being alone think of being alone as meaning as you are all one, and in total harmony with everything, the great treasures of those that wait silently during the quiet times. So remember to take time for solitude, to be grateful for things, to understand that solitude isn't a time of just being lonely. It's about a time of finding yourself, of giving your body a break, giving your mind, your heart a break, and letting just peace flow in. Because when we're peaceful and we can daydream, those daydreams are the things that bring us to us. If we have enough feeling behind it, if it gives your body that, oh, what a place would be with enough property to do what I want to do on it, to include the people that I want to include, to do stuff that feeds my soul, helps others, and it's just loving and peaceful for everybody. A safe haven of sorts. But being with my family and friends and my boyfriend and that would be just, you know, I could see us barbecuing on the deck. I could, you know, see the kids running through a sprinkler. You know, I could see me talking to my soul sisters while I do readings, while I do maybe some of my woodworking right now, you know, working on some projects. I just like to be kept busy, but I like to be kept busy at things that feed my soul. And so, universe, angels, my team, whatever feeds my soul, bring it to me. And more that I maybe haven't even understood feeds my soul. for my highest and greatest good and those around me's highest and greatest good. So I think what they want to tell us is that it's time to get out of this really stuck energy, just to really start being more positive. We need to have more light within inside ourselves, which then goes out to others and gives them the ability to see that light wherever they are on their path. They can see that light, and if there is that flicker of acknowledgement, it can stir that up in them. So we got to remember that we want to, and I don't mean present as in be fake, but I mean what we hold ourselves in, the high regard we hold ourselves in, is somebody else sees that. And I wish I had that. Well, you can. Find one thing that you like in your life. I don't care if it's a flower you walk by every morning, and whether you're grumpy or not, and you see that flower and you go, no, it's pretty. Then borrow that energy. Say what I admire in that flower, I'd love to admire and see in myself, or have the person that I love see inside of me, right? There's ways that we can switch up the energy without even really putting a lot of energy out for it, because really you shouldn't have to. It should be fairly easy for it to manifest and present itself in a way that is positive, because it's true, authentic energy. And that's the important thing, is you want to be authentic. So I want this or more. I want these beautiful things or more. And it's not about being greedy, because when you do this through the universe, it's not taking from somebody else. It's show me how all of this these wishes and desires. And when I say nice house, I'm not talking some big house. I'm talking something that feels like home to me. Something that has my crystals in it, that I can put my crystals in it, that I can paint whatever color I want. I can have flowers out in the yard. We can have nice grass or rocks or whatever it is. It's whatever your essence is, that you put your name on something. And I don't care if you pick a rock and paint a face on it. If that's what makes you happy, great. If you buy a little plant and it makes you happy, I've got a little air plant in here and I like this. So it doesn't have to be anything that costs anything. It can be thinking about a place you want to go to, or a place you've been to and would love to go back again. I would love to manifest the funds for that. The world wants you to play. The universe wants you to play. Play with this stuff so that it puts in more positive energy in your life, more positive energy out in the world, and it will actually, it's called love and light. So when you love yourself, the pureness of the things that you love fills this earth with that energy. And it changes this world, and this world needs people to be positive. We need to stop being angry. We need to stop hurting each other or neglecting each other. We need to start loving ourselves and loving each other, because that's really going to be what changes this world. It's really going to be what makes this world a better place. It starts with us, each one of us. Each one of us. So I think we're going to keep it there. I really just think the energy right now is be playful, love yourself, love who you're with. Quit thinking negative, quit feeling negative, find something to be happy with. And you say, Kim, I don't have a job. I don't have a job either. My bank account is down to nil. And I should be out looking for a job. But my body tells me right now isn't the time. My body is right now telling me it's time to work on my soul and the healing that everybody needs comes from solitude. And so I guess my wish for everybody is to feel out what their soul needs. What's their calling? What's their path? What makes you happy? How do you love? Who do you love? And what can you do to honor all that? And it's being good to yourself. That's the first place you start, is with yourself. It's being good to yourself. So we have fairy spotting, manifestation, divination, wait for winter, and solitude. They tell a really nice story. And they're really about peace and happiness and making things happen that bring you more of that. And so from the fairies and me, I wish you all the happiness your heart can hold. And that which overflows, I hope it goes to somebody you love, and maybe a stranger, and showing them that kindness and what it can really mean and what it can really do for every one of us. So be good to yourself and those around you. Gypsy Soul Hippie Heart saying, have a wonderful day. I love you. Take care of yourself. I hope you enjoyed this reading. It's a little different. Again, I never know what's coming. The cards, and they tell me what I need to do. I trust my intuition. And I know you will too. Have a good day.